Myself on Purpose. I'm the host, Daria, and today is session 6. I wanted to share 4 phrases that have helped to shift my mindset. Not just shift my mindset, though, they've helped to strengthen my mind. And I think mental strength is really important because our mind is one of the most powerful tools that we have access to. You know, our minds can make heaven of hell and they can make hell of heaven. So I thought I would share these because you liked to choose some tools that can help me make the best out of, whatever it is that I feel like I'm experiencing. So hopefully you find these helpful. Feel free to share yours with me if you have some. I am always ready to learn more. One of the 4 phrases, it's more of a question, honestly, but I used to be in the habit of really asking, like, why me? You know what I mean? Like, why is this happening to me? I don't understand. I'm a good person, right? Blah, blah, blah. I decided that I didn't want to take that role in my life, if that makes sense. I wanted to be accountable. I just didn't want to kind of play the victim, for lack of better words. So I decided that needs to start with how I think about whatever I'm experiencing. And then I need to change the words that I am allowing to come out of my mouth, power of the tongue. And so instead of, why is this happening to me? I started questioning, what's happening for me? What could be happening for me right now? When I practice verbalizing that question, the thoughts that come after it are totally different than times when I have asked, like, why is this happening to me? In the past, when I would ask, like, why is this happening to me? It was coming from frustration. And that's exactly what it would attract, right? When I asked that question, I would automatically go into blame, pointing the finger, thinking about more, unpleasant things that were happening. It weakened my train of thought. It put me in kind of a rabbit hole sort of mindset instead of like this growth and expansion mindset, which that's kind of the switch that happens when I take a moment and I say, what's happening for me right now? The picture that my mind paints following that question just looks so different. So that's been really helpful for me in strengthening my mind and really shifting my mindset whenever I'm just experiencing something that's less than ideal or, it's really tough. Asking what's happening for me takes me out of the passenger seat and puts me in the driver's seat in a really hopeful kind of way. It immediately shifts me into a space of gratitude, right? And I'm thinking, oh, this could be happening for me or this or this. And so I'm looking for things that are opportunities under any circumstances instead of looking for excuses. Another kind of phrase, I guess, that has shifted my mindset is this or better. I started saying that probably a few years ago. I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. This phrase has really been a good reminder whenever things are not going my way or not the way I planned them, or maybe I heard a no or something like that I have an opportunity to practice really strong faith in this moment. Instead of beating myself up about it or complaining that things never go my way, I am claiming this or better. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're really excited about an opportunity and you end up getting a no. In situations like those, I started to say, okay, if I got really excited about that opportunity and I thought it was just the perfect fit for me, perhaps this door shut at this moment in time for me because there's something better waiting, something that's an even better fit for me, right? Something even more perfect for me that is waiting. And if I were to receive this opportunity, it would block me from that one. And I started thinking about it like that, just saying, perhaps that's what's happening, Daria. So if I was excited about this, right? and it was a no for this opportunity, I can only imagine how amazing the opportunity that I'm actually going to get a yes around is. And that's a choice. I've decided that I'm going to think about no's and redirection and closed doors in that way. It takes me out of sulking. I don't find it productive to sulk and kind of dwell on things that are out of my control. Instead, I'm excited about the redirection, and I'm speaking excitement about the redirection, and I'm claiming that the redirection is purposeful and it's going to be perfect for me. So it changes how I feel about what I just experienced, and it changes how I feel about what's to come for me. Man, the time that I used to waste in like sulking about something or just dwelling on it, and I decided like I need to change my mind about rejection, and I want to start thinking about it as redirection. And there can be so many blessings and protection in redirection. That's the mindset that I choose to have going forward. Now, I don't want to mislead you at all. Like we're all human, right? And so does my mind go here every single time that, the opportunity arises for me to either sulk or see redirection as a blessing? No, that takes practice. That takes a lot of practice, and a ton of discipline. And so it isn't just a switch that automatically happens for me. Sometimes it takes me a really long time to get to that mind frame. And sometimes it happens really quickly. But I don't think about it as like a switch. I think about it as a dial. So just keep showing up and just keep trying. The third phrase that has really helped to shift and strengthen my mindset is really more of like a prayer. It really stems from not always feeling great about living in a society where we're comparing everything all the time. We're not content, and we're not grateful for what we have or how we are or the version of ourselves we're in or anything, right? We're constantly thinking about the next thing. I read a quote the other day that said, you are never celebrating your wins because you're always changing the target. And that was such a good reminder for me. I'm extremely goal oriented. There's always something or a few things that I'm working on. I've been that way most of my life. And I love that. I love that about myself. There are definitely some challenges that come with being goal oriented, though. And one of those is remembering to celebrate, reflect on what sort of progress you've made, even if you haven't quite achieved it yet. When I don't, it feels like I'm getting nowhere, but it's like I'm always moving the goalposts. So, of course, it feels like I never score. Anyhow, this is where this third kind of phrase or prayer stems from, feeling like we're always in a mode of like comparison and wanting to do better and be better. And sometimes the shortcuts in life, the shiny things in life can seem really, really appealing. But I only want what's of God and from God, that are meant for you and push you and drive you and that you value and want to achieve. Those are yours. It may not be the things that are for me, right? And I think that comes up a lot in today's society, where we may think like someone's lifestyle or someone's, setup or situation or circumstances are so much better than ours. I wish I had that, or mine was set up in that way, when there's so much we don't know. There have been many times where I have said what I thought was a specific prayer. I got it. I got what I prayed for, and this is not what I meant. This is not what I meant, or this is not what I thought it would be. I think one of the best tools that I have for making decisions is when I feel like I get confirmation from God for me. That clarification comes in silence. When things are quiet around me and I have a quiet mind and there's a lot of stillness, I get so much clarity. You can call it a gut instinct or, whatever works for you. But that's what I use to kind of navigate through big decisions. And so I pray, please show me what is of you and from you. If I get this sense that like that's not right for me, that's not aligned, I step away from that. Anyways, that has really helped me, and provided a ton of really great guidance for me, because things are hardly ever what they seem. And so I just try to be mindful of that. The last phrase that I'll share today is around shifting my mindset around uncertainty. So I used to be very uncomfortable with uncertainty. So much so that I would like say it about myself. I would volunteer that information up and I would speak it with such conviction. There was a moment in my life when I said, it's true, I am uncomfortable with uncertainty and I don't want to be that way. So can I try to not be that way? Like, I don't know if you've ever had those moments where you're just like, something has been true about you and for you for so long that it starts to become a part of how you see yourself, and you can't see yourself, or you don't see yourself any other way. But there's so many things that we hold on to for sake of identity and knowing that no longer serve us. We just don't need it. We don't need that to be a part of our identity anymore. So set it down. Now, at one point in my life, uncertainty, the discomfort in things helped me to make decisions that probably saved my life. But I don't need that anymore, right? Thank God. Like a conscious effort to try and decipher between the things that are within my control and the things that are outside of my control. Learned and realized that I needed to surrender. Relinquish resistance of what is. This last phrase comes from wanting more peace. There's so many things in life that are uncertain. I would be so unhappy if I woke up every day and tried to give it my best shot to control everything, knowing damn well that I can't control everything and I won't control everything. I have such a much more peaceful day waking up and being realistic about the things that are in my control, making progressive decisions and taking progressive actions about the outcomes that I wanted. And for the rest of it, I just need to believe that shit is gonna be what it's gonna be. The only thing that I can control is my response to how things are when they're out of my control. So anyways, the phrase is, God, I don't understand it, but I trust you, because there's so many things I don't understand, and I don't need to understand. And either way, I can only control what I can control. Focus on that. Exert energy and time and effort. Invest in that. That's going to serve me a whole lot better than worrying myself with things that are out of my control. But it also gave me an opportunity to be about what I said I was about, right? If I'm growing my relationship with God, there are real life opportunities that you have to show up in faith, just in faith. Surrendering works for me in that way. Again, I get excited about my opportunity to give it to God and practice showing up in faith. So anyway, a recap of the 4 phrases. What is happening for me? Not what is happening to me. What is happening for me? This or better. God, please show me what is of and from you. And last but not least, I don't understand it, but I trust you. Yeah, I hope it's helpful. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I really appreciate you being here and tuning in, and I hope that you'll join me again soon. Until then, whatever you do, do it on purpose.